Hello and welcome to another episode of Science Monitor, a show that brings to you the most significant news from the world of science, technology, innovation, research, discoveries and much more. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you, and here are this week's headlines. ISRO's communication satellite GSAT-17 successfully placed in orbit by Ariane 5 from French Guiana. Dr. Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, awarded the UNESCO Medal for contributions to the development of nanoscience and nanotechnologies. Indian scientists discover a new compound that has the potential to effectively kill blood cancer cells. A study by IIT Bombay and Delhi reveal rising average temperatures could increase the death rate of vulnerable populations. New courses at the undergraduate level like bioinformatics to provide more new-age career options. On 29th of June, ISRO's GSAT-17 communication satellite was successfully launched and placed into orbit by Ariane 5 from French Guiana. GSAT-17 also carries equipment for meteorological data relay and satellite-based search and rescue services. This was ISRO's third consecutive mission in the month of June 2017, which included ISRO's successful launch of the first developmental flight of India's heavy lift launch vehicle GSLV Mark III on 5th of June. This was followed by the placing of Cartosat 2 series satellite using PSLV C-38. Here is our report on GSAT-17 and its importance.
India's latest communication satellite, GSAT-17, was launched on June 29th from French Guiana by Ariane 5 VA238. This successful launch of GSAT-17 makes it a third launch for ISRO in the month of June, following the launch vehicle GSLV Mark III and placing of Cartosat 2 series satellite using PSLV C-38.
GSAT-17 is a special mission for us because this is the third communication satellite ISRO in India launches in 50 days. And GSAT-17 is a need of the hour for ISRO and India, because it is providing the continuity the services of aging two satellites, as well as augmenting our transponder capability and widening our horizon to mobile satellite services as well as to Antarctica areas.
With a lift-off weight of 3,477 kilograms, GSAT-17 carries payloads in normal C-band, extended C-band and S-band to provide various telecommunication and broadcasting services. GSAT-17 will strengthen ISRO's current fleet of 17 operational telecom satellites. It will provide continuity of fixed satellite services in normal C and upper extended C-bands. It will also provide mobile satellite services in S-band and data relay and search and rescue services in UHF band. The designed in-orbit operation life of GSAT-17 is about 15 years. The GSAT-17 project was approved in May 2015 with an outlay of 1,013 crore rupees, including its launch fee and insurance. GSAT-17 is the 21st satellite from ISRO to be launched by Arianespace, the French space agency.
Dr. Ashutosh Sharma and 6 eminent scientists and scientific institutions received the 2017 UNESCO medals for contribution in the development of nanoscience and nanotechnologies during a ceremony held in Paris at the UNESCO headquarters. Dr. Ashutosh Sharma has been awarded the prestigious medal on his research and contributions in nanoscience and its importance for society. Here's a report.
Professor and scientist Dr. Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, is the founding coordinator of the Nanoscience Unit. His research contributions are highly interdisciplinary, spanning a wide range in nanotechnology, carbon-based nanocomposites and nano-electromechanical systems in energy, health and environment, functional interfaces, nanomechanics of soft matter, nanopatterning and nanofabrication. Dr. Sharma was felicitated along with Professor Theo Racing of Netherlands, Toyodo Gosai of Japan, Dr. Hun Mani of Cambodia and Dr. Vladimir Bolshakov of Russian Federation.
Indian scientists have discovered a new compound that can effectively kill blood cancer cells and save lives. The drug is codenamed 5G and can kill more than 70% of the blood cancer cells in the culture within 48 hours. This pivotal breakthrough towards finding a cure for blood cancer offers a ray of hope to save many lives. Science Monitor meets the researchers who have developed this compound at the Indian Institute of Sciences, Bengaluru. Here is our report.
Blood cancer or leukemia is a disease where the body produces an abnormal number of non-functional white blood cells which clog up the bone marrow and stop the bone marrow from making other blood cells that are vital for a balanced immune system and healthy blood. More than 30,000 people die of leukemia in India annually, as per Globocan, an international database of cancer incidence and mortality. A few drugs to cure leukemia are available which are injected into the bloodstream for 4 weeks. But we need more efficient drugs to manage blood cancer in lesser time and cost. The new compound, codenamed 5G, which has been discovered by Indian scientists, specifically kills more number of cancer cells and does without affecting the blood cells from healthy individuals. The effect of 5G is most prominent on leukemic cells, while some cancer cell lines like colorectal and cervical cancer cell lines showed less effect. This implies that the drug is particularly relevant in treating leukemia. The scientists who tested the new compound said after treating cancer cells, they either entered cell death or reverted back to the normal cell cycle.
So this particular compound showed a very good inhibition or it inhibited the G2M phase of the cell cycle.
The compound accumulated death-inducing reactive oxygen species in cancer cells, leading to breaks in the DNA, which eventually causes cell death. The new compound was tested on mice, and the daily doses of the 5G compound were given for 2 weeks that reduced the size of the tumor. The compound was non-toxic and moderately increased the lifespan of tumorigenic mice. The scientists have suggested that the 5G compound needs combinational compounds to increase its efficiency.
We have also tested this chemical in animal models, particularly I think what we used was tumor derived from breast cancer cells, and it showed some good effect again. Having said that, in my opinion, those are quite preliminary studies and we need to investigate in detail. But the good aspect of the studies, it definitely looks like a good G2M cell cycle phase inhibitor.
The study was done in the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore in collaboration with the University of Mysore and the Institute of Bioinformatics and Applied Biotechnology in Bengaluru. If this potential of the compound as an anti-leukemic agent can be further developed, then it will be a big leap towards finding a drug for the cure of blood cancer. This is not only a breakthrough discovery for our scientific community, but it also brings hope to the people suffering from blood cancer.
And it is time to take a very short break here. When we come back, we will meet the researchers who have established that the average temperatures are increasing in India. So this does provide evidence that global warming is indeed taking place. That's after a short break. Keep watching Science Monitor.
Hello and welcome. I'm Amritan and you're watching Constitutionally Yours.
National Commission for Scheduled Tribe, it granted injunction order. There should be a separation of the Scheduled Tribe Commission.
National Commission for Scheduled Tribe has to be more active.
How the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes deals with the cases of atrocity.
National Commission itself does not have the implementation power.
Watch Constitutionally Yours on Rajya Sabha Television.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Science Monitor. When the world is debating about the catastrophic impact of climate change, scientists in India at the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay and Delhi have said that the rising temperatures increase the death rate due to heat strokes in vulnerable populations like children and the aged, as they are more susceptible. Science Monitor brings you this report.
Global warming is the leading cause of climate change. The melting polar ice caps can result in rising sea levels, and this can submerge large parts of India's over 7,500-kilometer coastline. Changes in temperatures can impact agricultural crops adversely, which India is dependent on. Even the over 9,000 Himalayan glaciers, which provide water during the summer months to India's northern plains, are at risk of rapidly shrinking. A recent study published in the journal Science Advances has found that India's average temperature has risen by 0.5 degrees Celsius over a period of 60 years. This corresponds to 140.
And we are trying to find out what are the increases in extremes. So when you have the increases in extremes, as well as when you have identified the extreme conditions, that is the heat wave conditions, then we picked up those days and we have found, we have computed the trend, and we have found an increasing trend, as well as we have computed the mortality.
In the research, the temperature between the years 1960 to 2009 was studied from 395 weather stations of the Indian Meteorological Department. The researchers' results suggest that future climate warming will lead to substantial increase in heat-related deaths, particularly in developing low-latitude countries such as India, where heat waves will become more frequent, and the Indian population are especially vulnerable to these extreme temperatures.
The awareness should come from individuals. People should understand that heat waves are serious disastrous event, and these disasters we have to prevent in a better way.
The data from the years 1972, 1988, 1998 and 2003, which witnessed more than 10 heatwave days on average across India, marked the number of deaths between 650 to 1500. The study has suggested that if appropriate measures are not taken, climate change can take a drastic toll on human beings in India in the future.
In a one-of-its-kind study done in the National Dairy Research Institute in Karnal, Haryana, scientists have isolated vitamin B12, a nutrient required for the normal functioning of the brain and nervous system, from edible bacteria. About 53% of the Indian population is vitamin B12 deficient. This finding is likely to help make our diet richer in vitamin B12 and in making natural supplements for vitamin B12 deficiency. Sanya Jagtiani and Bhavya Kullar bring you this report.
Did you know that the human gut harbors millions of microscopic bacteria that are important for a wide variety of functions, including maintaining a healthy immune system and producing essential vitamins such as K and B12? In a recent study done at the National Dairy Research Institute in Karnal, Haryana, a group of Indian scientists have isolated edible gut bacteria that produce vitamin B12 in culture. Approximately 53% of the Indian population, including people from all age groups, is vitamin B12 deficient. Some people are also allergic to the polymers used for covering vitamin B12 capsules. Patients with nervous disorders are advised supplements along with a diet containing soya, meat and eggs, which are rich sources of vitamin B12. This new finding will help produce vitamin B12 supplements that are natural and cheaper because they are produced from edible bacteria.
Many of them are having some side effects. We tried to find out some food-based source that can be consumed on daily basis, like soya milk or any other vegetable source. And using of bacteria or some biological sources, that is always considered good as compared to the chemical sources.
Vitamin B12 is important for the normal functioning of the brain and nervous system and formation of red blood cells. B12 deficiency is common in the Indian population, and its supplementation in the form of food or other products could help alleviate the situation. Scientists collected breast milk from lactating mothers and feces samples from infants. From these samples, they isolated 59 types of bacteria by a method called pore plate that helped separate individual bacteria. These bacteria were grown in a media without vitamin B12. 2 types of bacteria out of the 59 that could grow in the B12 deficient media, which meant that they were making vitamin B12 on their own. These bacteria were further tested to confirm the presence of B12 in the laboratory. The vitamin B12 producing bacterium was food grade and called Lactobacillus plantarum. Scientists say that it can be used for fortifying our daily foods to make them a rich source of vitamin B12.
After isolating lactobacillus strains from human milk and infant fecal samples, we processed those bacteria in incubator, and then after its growth and after vitamin B12 production in the medium, then we isolated cells by centrifugation, and then that pellet needs to be broken down. So for that we used extraction buffer containing potassium cyanide in it, and it was boiled at 100 degrees Celsius, and then that whole extract was filtered through 0.2 micromolar filter, and that filtrate was then passed through liquid chromatography, and the peak was matching exactly to the standard vitamin B12. So on the basis of that we quantify that vitamin B12.
This new finding of vitamin B12 producing edible bacteria has the potential to offer a natural and economically sustainable alternative to elevating vitamin concentration in the food by means of cheaper and natural B12 supplements.
A very short break in here. Coming up after that, new courses in central universities provide young students with an array of new age career options. We will look at the exciting field of bioinformatics, but that's after a very short break.
Key areas where Roorkee has contributed heavily is the building of all the dams in the country. Either the University of Roorkee or Thompson College of Engineering was directly involved, or it was supplying the manpower who were doing it. Engineering is not about building things alone. Engineering is about building theoretical models. So the most difficult part of engineering is actually done before you go to actual fabrication or manufacturing.
Watch Eureka with Professor Ajit Kumar Chaturvedi, Director, Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee, only on Rajya Sabha Television.
Welcome back after the break. With the ongoing rush to get into the best college with the most prestigious courses, youngsters face an inevitable challenge: post-class 12th board examination results. Though science has always been mainstream to courses such as BTech, MBBS, BSc, there are many more courses in the arena of science that open up a whole new horizon of career opportunities. Every year, the universities try to come out with new courses that aim at more specific career opportunities. Today, we will tell you about the courses of bioinformatics. Here is our report.
Students after the 12th board exams are now looking for courses for undergraduate programs. One very interesting such upcoming course is bioinformatics. Bioinformatics is meant for students with a flair for both computers and biology. Bioinformatics teaches how computer programming can be used to solve complex biological problems. It involves maintaining biological databases and writing computer programs to analyze data.
Bioinformatics actually is an emerging interdisciplinary area of science and technology that involves applications of IT solutions to address biological problems. So it addresses development of databases, applications in the form of gene predictions, protein modeling, and computer-aided drug design.
Current biological and medical labs use methods that produce extremely large data sets, which cannot be analyzed by hand. For instance, sequencing human genomes. Thus, modern research and development cannot be done without bioinformatics. In addition, bioinformatics plays an important role in biomedical research. Research work in the area of genetic diseases and medical genomics is rapidly increasing, and the future of personalized medicine depends on bioinformatics approaches. Delhi University, Mumbai University, Banaras University, Aligarh University are some of the many universities, along with many more central and state colleges and private institutes that offer these courses. Sri Venkateshwara College offers a part-time certificate program in bioinformatics. Many private universities offer undergraduation in BTech in bioinformatics. Undergraduate students pursuing life sciences, physics, chemistry or computer sciences can opt for higher studies in bioinformatics.
Regarding the career prospects of bioinformatics, once a student finishes or completes his post-graduation program in bioinformatics, he or she can apply for research programs in computational biology. Companies, if you want to know, you have a lot of pharma companies. Many of these laboratories now opt for bioinformatics. Bioinformaticians are required at the R&D level.
Postgraduate programs in M-Science M-Tech are offered by Banasthali University, Jamia, Pondicherry University, Pune University, JNU to name a few. We'll bring you many more specialized courses and career prospects in our next episode.
International Asteroid Day is an annual global event celebrated on 30th of June every year. The day is observed to raise awareness about asteroids and what steps can be taken to protect the Earth, its communities and future generations. Space India, in association with Nehru Planetarium and Nehru Memorial Museum and Library in New Delhi, organized an interactive session with more than 200 participants. Mrikakshi Dikshit brings you this report.
Asteroid Day is held on the anniversary of Siberian Tunguska, one of the most harmful asteroid events recorded on Earth since 1908. The day was announced by the United Nations. Asteroids are the evidence to the formation of the rocky planets in our solar system. As a part of Asteroid Day, a declaration called 100X Declaration was signed, which calls to all scientists and technologists who are supporting the idea of saving the Earth from asteroids.
Possibility of an asteroid strike, that depends on what size of an asteroid we are looking at. Every day we have around 13 tons of material coming into the Earth atmosphere and burning, which we see as the shooting star. But if there's any asteroid or any meteoroid which is bigger than that, that would cause us some harm. About 2-3 years back, there was some explosion in Russia, where an asteroid as big as India Gate exploded over Russia.
Space India, in association with Nehru Planetarium and Nehru Memorial Museum and Library in New Delhi, organized an interactive session and a live Skype session with asteroid expert Patrick Michael.
And before I sign off for today, here is a glimpse of some interesting happenings in science from around the world. Volcanologists are gaining a new understanding of what is going on inside a shallow magma reservoir that lies below an active volcano, and they are finding a colder, more solid place than previously thought, according to a new research that was published on 16th of June in the journal Science. Studying magma reservoirs directly is difficult because they are buried kilometers underground. Heat and pressure would destroy any instruments sent down there. So, Carrie Cooper, a geochemist at the University of California, Davis, and her colleagues probed magma by scrutinizing 7 zircon crystals from ancient lava deposits from New Zealand's Taupo volcanic zone. It is a new view of how volcanoes work and could eventually help volcanologists get a better idea of when a volcano poses the most risk and when it may erupt. Well, that is all for this episode of Science Monitor. You can send your feedback and suggestions to Science Monitor on an email ID news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write into us at vigyanprasarc24. Kutup Institutional Area, New Delhi 110016. That is all for this episode of Science Monitor. We will see you again next week with another episode of Science News and exciting innovations. Goodbye.